Hey, last night, America's Got Talent came to a close, and, they announced the winner, and, Kenichi Abina. Kenichi was indeed my favorite act of the season, and I think he definitely deserved it. So, yeah, I've been a fan of America's Got Talent ever since I, started watching it in season 4. I'm not generally a fan of reality game shows. I mean, mostly because they focus on one talent. Like, American Idol and The Voice, they focus on singing. Several other shows focus on dancing, etc., etc. But yeah, America's Got Talent brings in all sorts of unique talents, and I am very glad that lately they've finally been moving away from singers always winning. Last season, Latte Dogs won. They were all right. I think they got a little too repetitive by the end. I think they had a problem with they had very limited tricks, and I think that was a problem. I think William Close should have won last season, but this season, the really creative, artistic talent, Kenichi, won. And I'm happy. So, gives me high hopes for future seasons. I'm hoping next season to see, all sorts of new creative talents come on the show. Maybe someone can take note of Kenichi's creativity and maybe come up with something even better. I think it's possible. I mean, I don't necessarily think that Kenichi is the best act ever to come on the show. I think the 3 best acts to ever come on the show would probably be Terry Fader, Team Illuminate, and William Close. But yeah, still, Kenichi was a great act, and I'm glad he won. So, with that said, I would like to make some requests for the producers and the judges and stuff for next season. First of all, I think, so these last 2 seasons they did a top 6. I think next season they should probably go back to top 4, because top 6, it for the finals it leaves the space more wide open for the wrong acts to go through. Because I mean, I wasn't the biggest fan of Jimmy Rose or Collins Key. I didn't really think they deserved it that much. I think in their place it should have been Catapult Entertainment and the Chris Steff brothers, but whatever. I think even in their final performances they did alright, so I'm not complaining too much. But yeah, I think they should go back to top 4, because when they did it in seasons 5 and 6, there was no doubt that the acts that were in the top 4, they were the best acts of the season, pretty much. But yeah, these last 2 seasons, I wasn't the biggest fan of some of the finalists, so yeah. So my second request, this is a pretty big one. I think it would be a great way to put more variety into future seasons. It would put more promise of variety overall. They should split all the acts into categories. I think there should be a singing category, a dancing category, a danger category, and a variety category. And yes, they can split them into those 4 categories when they're in Vegas. And then when they make it to the live shows, for each show, America can vote through 1 act from each category. And then once we move on to the next round, there's there's a specific amount of, like, for each show, the acts that go into the finals will be from each category. And then, yeah, the top 4, a singing act, a dancing act, a danger act, and a variety act. It will put some deserving acts at risk of getting eliminated early on, but I think it'll still promise a lot of great variety for the final. And I think they should definitely put that idea into consideration, because it'll put a lot more promise into a great final next season. Sorry, I got a very bad cough. So my third request, kind of handle the singers with care. I mean, whether or not you do the category thing, I think they should probably let significantly less singers into the live shows, because keep in mind, it's just one talent, and they made it clear lately that they haven't really been wanting them to win. And I think sorry. I think I'll probably edit this part out. Since I'm gonna edit this part out anyway, I better check the time. Got a couple minutes left. Alright, so singers. Well, first of all, they should look out for the guys who might win more votes than they deserve. I think Jimmy Rose is a fine example of that, because he appealed to the country people with his status as a coal miner and a veteran. So yeah, they should watch out for those types of guys, and they should and I'm not saying that a singer shouldn't win, actually. Now that 2 unique talents have won the last 2 seasons of Variety Act 1, I'm fine with another singer winning next season. I think I think as long as the singer is really, really good. That's my only real standard there. But yeah, they should still try to cut down on them, because I think even though they've been wanting a non-singer to win the last few seasons, they've still been letting about a dozen of them into the top 48, 60, whatever, and I think that has greatly increased their chances. So yeah, they should watch it. Okay, so finally, this is kind of a small request, something that I kind of been putting into consideration for a couple seasons now. They should try to look for a female to win next season, because yeah, the only female winner to ever win AGT would be Bianca Ryan season 1. And I guess you might also count some of the old latte dogs, but overall, it's mostly been men winning, and that's because the voters are mostly female, and I think they just vote for the men because they like them more, if you know what I mean. But yeah, I think they should try to push a female. It might be hard, because I think a lot of the female acts that come on the show are usually singers, and sometimes they can be great. Cammie Bradley was a great singer, but yeah, she still got voted dead last in the finals, and yeah, I think maybe if Mel B and Heidi Klum can take note of this next season, they can they can try and look for a female to really break out as a star. And I mean, they shouldn't try to off the men. They shouldn't be like, oh, a man shouldn't win. But yeah, they should. I would like to see a female break out as a star on the show, because yeah, I mean, nothing against the guys always winning, but after a while, I just get tired of seeing the same gender get the same kind of glory. So I think it would be nice to see a female win next season. Of course, whatever the case, I think even if a female doesn't win, I think as long as it's the act that really stands out once again. And yeah, even if it's a singer. If it's a singer, as long as it's like a great singer. So yeah, that's about it. Those are my requests for next season. I really enjoyed this season of AGT. It had its valleys, but mostly it had its peaks, and I think for that, this was probably the best season of AGT so far. And yeah, Kenichi-wan. Overall, I have high hopes for next season, so see you then.